has to be 360 degrees. We want to thank you for showing up on this amazing Monday. I know a lot of us actually are quite occupied, but you make time for yourself to be here, to learn from our esteemed speaker, Rashmi, so that we know how empathy works, not only on others, but more so on ourselves. So, as your president of Advanced Hashtag Ardent Speakers, I'd like to invite all of you, if you're guests, please put your name in the chat box. Let us know which city you're from. Even if you're from KL, PJ is fine. We just want to keep in touch with you and we want to acknowledge your support to our master class. Go ahead and type it in the chat box. Yes, that is so cool. For all of you, if you're wondering why I look the way I look, yes, I'm practicing self-empathy on myself too. Before it gets really busy for the next few days. So with this, it's my honor to also invite our Toastmaster of the day. She's very special in my heart because she allowed me the first taste of speechcraft many years ago when she was going to be an ardent member of EPF Toastmasters Club. Over the years, Deanna has grown so much, and in fact, she was also awarded the recipient of a very special photo contest during the Zoom. And that's where she showed everyone her motherly love for her children during Mother's Day, and she actually was the winner, whereby our past international president, Richard Peck, Distinguished Toastmaster, actually came on Zoom to acknowledge her big contribution to the Toastmasters community. So with this, we want to welcome our very ardent member and past president of EPF Toastmasters Club, Nordiana. Diana Jones, take it away.
Thank you so much for a lovely introduction, Madam President of Advanced Speakers. To be honest, I am in an emotional roller coaster right now in a perimenopausal state, if I dare admit it. So, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, we are gathered here to explore a topic that is fundamental to our human experience and essential for building meaningful connections. And our president actually showed that in my life. She listened and she shows empathy, hence, I'm still here in this Toastmasters journey. To me, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, not only allow us to connect on a deeper level, fostering compassion, a higher understanding, and build stronger relationships. In this our fast-paced world with technology of AI and everything, to me, empathy is more important than ever. It helps us navigate the complexities of our personal and professional lives with grace and kindness. Empathy is not just about feeling for others, it's about being present, listening actively, and responding with genuine care, which happen to be the essential skills in Toastmasters. So it is a skill that can be developed on, and today we have the privilege of learning that from an expert in this field. So now it is my honor to introduce our distinguished Toastmaster, Dr. Rashmi, for as speaker of today, for as a speaker for today. She is a certified soft skill master trainer, emotional intelligence coach, award-winning youth empowerment coach, motivational speaker, HRD Corp, accredited trainer, and distinguished Toastmaster. And she's still learning. She's still getting certified for more certification. So she inspired all of us to develop ourselves. And her expertise in emotional intelligence and communication skills is combined with her warm and engaging training style has earned her rave reviews from clients. As a client myself, when I say client, I mean she attended one of our meetings and she is a great evaluator. She's soft spoken but have validation and conviction in her evaluation. So I love her about that. So Dr. Rashmi has the knowledge, experience, and passion to help you achieve your goals. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Rajmi Raghav as she shares her insights on the power of empathy.
Thank you so much, Naina. Thank you so much, everyone, for spending this beautiful morning and devoting time to understand this crucial topic, empathy. So, before I'm taking you into this topic, I want to hear now. I just heard the Diana, but I want to hear from other participants as well. What do you understand by empathy? What is your definition? What is your perspective? You can use the chat box or you can raise your hand. Let's make it interactive and a beautiful sharing session so we can learn from each other. What do you understand by empathy? What is your understanding about this topic? Anyone? To feel for others, okay. To put myself in the shoes of other person. Beautiful. Listen to others, okay. Compassion, okay. It's nice. Okay, now next question is, why do you think it's very, very important to know about empathy? Why? Why you are here for this Monday blues, having the Monday blues, but still you are here, sacrificing your time and energy with me. Why it is important? Be able to allow the others person into us. Yes, trust. Okay, to be human, we are human, not numbers. Very good. To communicate better to others. Yes, beautiful. Okay, my screen is visible, right? Okay, perfect. Empathy is that difference when you see at a workplace. Assume you are at the workplace. Some people are collaborating so beautifully, connecting with each other and having that beautiful human connection. And they are thriving through all kind of adversity and challenges with having a smile on their face and taking their organization to the next level. But some people, some organization are like that. They are not having time. They are so busy, so occupied. I'm having this job to do. I'm having this project to attend. No time to get sit and connect with the people around them. And this happened with a personal life relationship as well. When everyone, husband and wife, both are working, every person, every adult in the family, they are working and they are not having the connection they should have. And being a mother, because I'm having two children, it was years ago, it was such a crucial point when I'm seeing them growing and they were learning and they were thinking what mama is behaving, what kind of model she is for us. My daughter wrote an essay a few years ago when she was like, my mama is my role model. And that was quite a triggering point. Am I that true role model for my children? Am I having that kind of emotional intelligence, emotional regulation, and empathy? Am I teaching them to be the right person in the society who can contribute and make this world a better place? And that was the time I entered in the world of emotional intelligence, and I try my best to learn this topic, empathy, at a deeper level, practicing. And as Patricia has mentioned, the self-love, it starts with the self-compassion. Okay? It starts when you see something in you, and that spark in you can make this world a better place. You can connect and establish the beautiful human connection with the people around you. That spark, that value you see in yourself, then you are ready to add the value in people around you. So that was my point when I decided, Rashmi, yes, this is a game changer. Empathy is a game changer, and this is a time uh, learn about it, grab more and more information, teach your children, and share it with your participants, and contribute as a human, which is our profound duty to be a human and to make this world a bit better place with your contribution. So, this is my understanding about my journey towards learning about the empathy, but I was not alone. There are few, not few actually, lots of global leaders who believe, I'm not the only one, who believe in the magic of empathy. Satya Nadella, you remember the CEO of Microsoft? Tim Crook, Henry Ford. These are all the people you might have heard their name. They are the people who advocate and practicing the empathy at their workplace. So now we can see how beautifully Microsoft is growing. Steve Jobs, the profound believer of human connection and empathy, and Henry Ford. So now today I'm here to give you a beautiful introduction about this beautiful uh, attribute of our personality that is known as empathy. Let's start with this question. When you hear this word empathy, let me know, how does it look like? If I'm asking you to imagine empathy, how does it look like to you? You can use the chat box, you can unmute yourself. Let's understand this. Yes, to understand people better. Yes, Elias. How does empathy look like? Imagine. Oh, it's like a sponge. Wow, beautiful imagination, Diana. Some more? How does it look like to you? Diana, would you like to describe it more, like when a sponge is coming in your brain? What are you thinking? How you are able to connect empathy with the sponge? Yes.
I think somehow when people ask me what's a question about superpower, what do you want to have? I believe I want to be a sponge. I want to absorb somebody's feeling or emotion and understand it and then try to reciprocate. I
Mm.
think absorbing everything's actually that's good lah, rather than
Okay.
all the bad
Okay.
things. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Lovely. Very good sharing. Now, able to be more tolerant, yes. Absorb the things, being more tolerant, be more patient. Ah, like Saras, thank you. A big shoe which can fit for everyone. Is it really possible? Very difficult actually. A person who is non-judgmental. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for sharing. For me, when I visualize, when I try to close my eyes and try to see empathy, empathy look like this picture, this image to me when someone is there having a non-judgmental perspective about us and there to listen us. It looked like to me when someone is there to lend their hand and bring me out of a muddy pit. Okay, they are supporting each other. It looked like, because I'm a mother, it looked like when the children, my daughters and sons classmates, they are not doing well, and my children are approaching them and asking, "Are you okay? Is everything okay with you?" It looked like a rainbow after a thunderstorm, after a black night, dark night, that rainy season. So this is how I imagine the empathy look like. Now, go to the next thing. How does it feel like? I'm triggering your emotions, huh? I'm triggering your senses about it. It is about the depth of relational connection with the other person, not just putting ourselves in their shoes. Very beautiful, Robin. Yes. How does it feel like? I'll come to this point. Feel. When you're okay, now you're able to imagine it, but if you're using your another sense, the touch, then how does it feel like? Yes. Think. Warm, yes. Feel accepted, yes. Beautiful. Warm and fuzzy, connected, yes. It feel like, that warmth of having in a winter season when there is the warmth, the fire, and you're feeling so cozy, comfortable in that feeling. It feel like after a heavy day when your child is running towards taking a hug, Mama, can you give me a hug? And that feeling of being accepted and that feeling of feeling supported and secure in that troublesome, chaotic world, that is a feeling of a warmth of early morning sun. That how does empathy feel like? Okay, now the next one. Okay. Oh, yo, how does it smell like? I revealed the photo already. It is smell like the lavender smell, the nice one which relax our senses after a very hectic day, after listening so many stories, after being the sponge for everyone around us. and then you are enjoying the freshly baked cookies, or you're enjoying the fresh breeze, having a fresh air around you, enjoying the chamomile tea, the freshness of it. That how the empathy smell like. Such a beautiful attribute. If you are really there to practice it, you can feel the changes in your relationship, in your self growth and performance. Yes, aromatherapy. Yes, it. Okay, now we will understand the empathy from a very renowned author that is named as Brene Brown. And I'm deeply in love with that author. If you get time after my session, go and watch, listen her on TEDx, YouTube, very famous video. And lots of books written about the empathy, being vulnerable, having the emotional understanding. This is the video. It will bring your it will clear your understanding about the concept of empathy and sympathy, how it is different from sympathy. Okay, so I need to share the audio as well again, and we will enjoy the video together. Okay.
So what is empathy, and why is it very different than sympathy? Empathy fuels connection. Sympathy drives disconnection. Empathy, it's very interesting. Teresa Wiseman is a nursing scholar who studied professions, very diverse professions where empathy is relevant, and came up with 4 qualities of empathy. Perspective taking, the ability to take the perspective of another person or recognize their perspective as their truth. Staying out of judgment, not easy when you enjoy it as much as most of us do. Recognizing emotion in other people and then communicating that. Empathy is feeling with people. And to me, I always think of empathy as this kind of sacred space when someone's kind of in a deep hole and they shout out from the bottom and they say, I'm stuck, it's dark, I'm overwhelmed. And then we look and we say, hey, you can climb down. I know what it's like down here, and you're not alone. Sympathy is, ooh, it's bad, no. You want a sandwich? Empathy is a choice, and it's a vulnerable choice, because in order to connect with you, I have to connect with something in myself that knows that feeling. Rarely, if ever, does an empathic response begin with at least. Yeah. And we do it all the time. Because you know what? Someone just shared something with us that's incredibly painful, and we're trying to silver lining it. I don't think that's a verb, but I'm using it as one. We're trying to put the silver lining around it. So, I had a miscarriage. Oh, at least you know you can get pregnant. I think my marriage is falling apart. At least you have a marriage. John's getting kicked out of school. At least Sarah is an A student. But one of the things we do sometimes in the face of very difficult conversations is we try to make things better. If I share something with you that's very difficult, I'd rather you say, I don't even know what to say right now, I'm just so glad you told me. Because the truth is, rarely can a response make something better. What makes something better is connection.
Now you see, empathy is that having the non-judgmental perspective about the things. And it is okay, you know, sometime, let me share this. Okay. Sometimes we feel, Rashmi, I cannot feel the pain you are going through. And that is totally fine. Because when I'm expecting you to be an empathetic person towards me, that is always like you cannot go through what I'm going through in my life. So sometimes just being there is try to establish that connection. I'm here. Just a simple word. I'm here if you need me. That is empathy as well. Because you can't experience the pain everyone is going through at your place, right? That can be very exhausting and very draining. So sympathy is they are feeling for you, but from a safer distance. And empathy is they feel with you in the same scenario. Okay? no matter you have been through the same situation or not, but you are there with them, even without using any word, without saying anything. That is the meaning of being an empathetic person. It is okay if you do not have the solution for the people around you. That is totally fine. But as long as you are assuring them, I'm here with you in this tough time. That is empathy. You are practicing it. And that is a conscious choice. So whenever I'm sharing all these things, I want you to imagine your relationship with your children. If you have teenage, you might have, so going through a tantrums and different emotional mass through them. Uh, I'm requesting you to imagine your relationship with your spouse. I'm requesting you to imagine your relationship with your colleagues at the workplace as well. Imagine, put yourself, and empathy is a conscious choice. It will not come naturally. Everyone have been through, we all have been, if you are familiar with the DISC assessment, DISC assessment, right? There are different personalities, 16 different types of personalities at the workplace. Some people are people oriented, some people are task oriented. So that is in their DNA. Everyone cannot be same. What we can do in the scenario when we are trying to establish that connection with the people around us, we can be empathetic. We can make them feel, we are able to see them, we are listening them, and we are valuing their perspective, where they are coming from. That's the way we can train our brain to be an empathetic person. Okay? Let's understand another two perspective of this spectrum as well. Yeah, let me check. Okay. There are another terms as well. It is very crucial for people to increase and use very carefully the different types of terminology. If some people say me, Rashmi, I feel pity for you, it does not bring a positive energy and does not do any kind of improvement in my situation. I feel bad when someone is showing me pityness. So pityness is when we are seeing at the spectrum of efforts and understanding and engagement. In feeling pity, that is no efforts from the person and no understanding and engagement for your challenging phase. They are just away, they are just verbalizing their emotions and saying it for the just sake of saying it. I'm sorry for you, I'm feeling pity. It will not bring any change in the person's life and scenario. Then when you are trying a bit of putting some of efforts, you are trying to a bit understanding of the scenarios, and you are trying to get engaged a bit only, then you are reaching at the second point, that is known as sympathy. I feel for you, but remember, from a safe distance, because I don't want to be the part of the mess you are going through. That is sympathy. When the third stage you reach, it is feel with you. Now you need to understand how you should use your word. The vocabulary matters, assertive communication. The words matter, how it making the person feel about your support to them. Feel with you means physically you are there with them, trying to understand what they are going through. And the epitome of it is being compassionate. Empathy sometimes can be exhausting and draining if you are not setting up the right boundaries. Yeah. In there, it is not mandatory to give the solution of the people's problem. You're just there with them, just listen them. That is also a beautiful perspective of being an empathetic person. But compassion is, in this, you need a bit of expertise to deal with the scenarios, deal with the solutions. So when you are in that category, being compassionate, that means you are not only feeling with them, you are providing the right solution for their problems. Then only you can say you are a compassionate person. So now we will understand how it works. There are the three levels of empathy actually. Okay, empathy. The first one you will understand, the cognitive. Cognitive is related to our prefrontal cortex. It's a logical brain. When you understand clearly how the person is feeling and what they might be thinking, you are conscious, you are aware about the surrounding, you are having a moderate level of social awareness. So your mind is with the facts. Okay, logical thinking is based on the facts. So with your facts, you are able to understand what they are feeling and what they might be thinking. You are trying to go through that. Okay, with a sort of information which is provided to you. Second comes the emotional empathy. Emotional empathy is when you are able to establish that connection with the bond, establish that connection and the bond with the people around you. And this is known as emotional empathy. Okay. And the third comes the epitome I shared in the previous slide as well, the compassionate. You are understanding, you are feeling with them. And now the people blindly trust you. They will look for you in every scenario because you are the person who is easily able to feel their pain and provide the solution. That kind of leaders are known as compassionate leader, and that kind of empathy is known as compassionate empathy. So these are the three layers of empathy. Okay. Now, I want to ask a question. Do you think every person can be an empathetic person? Yes. Okay. Another question is, do you think every person is born empathetic person? Like it is in their DNA? No. Yes. Can and no. Yes. Very good, Shafiza and Saras. I do agree. We can. EQ, empathy is a learnable skill. If we are consciously putting efforts, we can learn this skill. But that is another matter. The people are born with the empathy DNA or not. It is exactly like the muscle, you know, when you need to go to the gym to build up your muscle strong. It is equally important to practice empathy and build the empathy muscles. How can we do that? My husband is a very highly analytical and critical person, action oriented, very fact. You know, he always look for the logic and facts and figures in every kind of conversation. Me, I am a gut person. I speak from my instinct, my gut, my feelings, my emotions. And don't worry, I just celebrated 17th anniversary. We are going very well together, you know. How it is possible? It is possible because there are few ways I'm going to share with you. By this, you can, if you are not, but you can sound like an empathetic person. That techniques I have taught my husband as well. Anuj, you need to practice it and you need to apply when I am having a conversation with you. Okay. So let me share with you. How can we build and practice our empathetic muscles? The first technique, okay, you can take the notes, please. The first technique is known as 3F technique. F, feelings. Okay. And this technique is a very iconic technique developed by the customer care service of the iPhones, you know, Steve Jobs, Apple. And how they are trained to that? Look, uh, iPhone, the Apple is a very big company, and they are known for their empathetic work culture as well. So how they are practicing this technique? The first F represents the feel, and second is felt, and third is found. If some person is approaching you, imagine you are in a scenario when some person is coming and they are encountering several challenges at their workplace and they are coming to you, and within a second when you are looking at them and listening their stories and you are like, no way, I have been through same situation, but I deal with this kind of ways and I overcame the challenges and I successfully completed the project. I'm not sure how you are getting stuck to it. Do you think the person will come again, approach the same person for the solution? At the first point, the emotional validation was scrapped out. Like, no way, how can you feel this? I have been through the same project, but I never felt the way you are feeling. Means the invalidation and unrecognition of the feeling of that person. That is what happening at the professional places, the workplaces. People are showing their expertise, their experiences, but they are not listening. This is another person, another individual whose understanding of the life and the perspective is completely different than you. So the way he is encountering the same challenges can be different than yours. And when person is coming to you, looking up to you for a solution, then first thing, first important thing is you need to value what they are feeling. You need to empathize, feel. You need to validate their emotional moment. Okay, I understand what you're feeling. Now I'm getting a clear understanding of the picture, your challenges you are going through. With having these kind of sentences and using these kind of conversation pattern, you are making them feel heard. And they are thinking my emotions and my challenges are validated here. Then you need to jump, like you are a manager, okay? Then you need to jump to the second F, that is felt. Then you can start sharing your experiences through that challenging problem. Okay, then you come, okay, I also felt the way you are feeling when I encountered in this scenario and when I was going through these challenges. Then the brain is psychologically feeling safe and they are more open to listen you. First, their feelings has been validated. Now they are feeling connected, and now you can start sharing. Yes, I felt the same way. And then you come to the solution. The third F is the found. Found is your solution. Then later you found how, if you are going through this challenging situation, how beautifully it can help you to grow in your professional life, because challenges change you. There is no running behind and there is no saying no to the project. Then how will you learn? I found if you go for this project, it can bring remarkable changes. You can see lots of opportunities for your growth. And then you share your ideas, your experiences, your solution to the problem, then only. The first step always should be feeling, validation. What we do? We go with the reverse process actually. Oh, you know what I did? This is how I managed this solution. No. People brain immediately shut down when they think you are there with your set of expertise, but you are not validating their feelings. Individuality matters. We need to respect the individuality. Okay. So first tool is clear. Feel, felt, found. Okay. Second tool, very important. You can practice it with your spouse, with your client, with your children as well. Empathy mapping. You need to be very observant and concentrated doing this exercise. Okay. When it is very difficult to deal with some people, you really need to see where having that conversation, one-to-one conversation with them. What are they thinking? What are they feeling about that certain challenge of their life? What are they hearing? What are they doing and saying when you are having this conversation with them, one-to-one conversation? What kind of pain points they are sharing with you? What challenges they are going through? So when you are ready with this mapping, with see, hear, do, say, think, feel, and then you are concluding the pain areas, the pain points, and then towards the end, you can provide the solution of it by having the 360-degree understanding of a person's problem. That way, you can be and you can appear as an empathetic manager or a leader because you are putting conscious efforts to understand the scenario. And you will get it. There are lots of videos on YouTube and Google resources as well, how you can use it with different clients for increasing your sales or dealing with some difficult people around you, dealing with some difficult subordinates. Empathy mapping work magically. And the third is using the word with right intention, right choice of right word. Right? I understand. Let me summarize your key points to ensure my understanding. The person's mind start feeling I'm psychologically safe when I'm sharing my story, my challenges, my adversity with the person, with the manager, with the leader. Show them empathy. Okay, if this has happened to me, I would have feel in the same way you are feeling. That means you're validating their emotional need. I'm listening. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate you are coming here and sharing your challenges with me. All these words shows that you are trying your best to help them to deal their challenging scenarios. So with using these words, if you're not empathetic, but you will sound like an empathetic person, and the another person will start having that psychologically safe environment. You are paying attention, you are validating their emotional need, and they can trust you. You are collaborating, that fairness in the treatment, all these caring, ownership, appreciation, these words help to person to make them feel psychologically safe. Any conversation. But okay, now we have discussed the three techniques, the 3F techniques, the emotional empathy mapping, and the words, use the right choice of words. But there are so many concerns about it. Every time you cannot behave as an empathetic person, it can be very exhausting process. Okay? It can drain you physically, emotionally, and mentally. It can uh, take you away from your focus. It can affect your decision-making abilities as well, because you are always there to support people around you. So that's where the boundaries comes into the light. These are the 7 types of boundaries we can be an empathetic person we can have a beautiful relationship, but having a right set of healthy boundaries around us. And that comes with the communication skills. How you're communicating your boundaries without making them feel unheard or disrespected. Okay? You can see here mental boundaries. When you have freedom to have your own thoughts and values and opinion, you can use, I respect your perspective, although I do not agree, because this is where I'm coming from. This is my idea, my point of view. You can park all these conversation and the assertive communication. When you are sharing your feeling, but you are welcoming the feelings of the people around you as well. So they are feeling safe. Okay. So it is mandatory to practice, otherwise burnout and exhaustion and drain out it's very normal characteristic of empath actually. So these are the 3 ways we get through. Empathy is a game changer, and this is something I want to share with you all. Sometimes we feel if I'm an empathetic person, I'm a weak person. If I'm a vulnerable person, I'm showing my weakness to the people, how they perceive me. No, it is not. It is in our hand. We can be vulnerable, we can be strong as well. We can be successful yet humble as well. We can be disciplined and set our routine, but relax as well. Intellectual and emotional. You can have the high IQ, but you can practice the emotional intelligence, so you can stretch your muscles of EQ. Then you can make beautiful relationship at your workplace and have a fulfilled relationship in your personal life as well. So choice is in your hand. Okay. So let me know. Let me know what are the 3 things you learned from empathy. Then I will take your questions. Okay. What are the 3 things you learned from this session? What was the best takeaway? Then I will take your questions. Boundaries, yes, very important. Yeah, clear. Words to you matters a lot. Yes. Listen, use word carefully, can make or break. Yes, choice of words. Empathy, no need to be inborn. It can be acquired. Empathy can be trained. Yes. Success yet humble. Yes. Yes. So it is a very beautiful tool. Saras felt and found. You can read more about on Google about it. And this is something for people. If you are growing up in your corporate world, you are having certain big positions. You cannot be always empathetic with the people. You need to be direct according to your job scope. But you should not forget you are dealing with the people, not the robots. And especially after the COVID, the EQ is declining in organization very drastically. People are suffering, still they are not overcome their losses, the financial losses, their health losses, the losses of someone they used to love a lot. So it is declining, and this is a very crucial point. If you're not empathetic, I'm okay. But using few words, good articulation, the choices of words, you can sound like an empathetic person. And that is crucial. Same happened with the empathy, practicing empathy with the children as well. I'm a mom of two, one girl, one boy. They always challenge my emotional intelligence. I cannot always having that, lovey-dovey mom kind of environment in the house. I need to teach them discipline as well. But play with your words. Have the right set of words when you are communicating, even with your children. I'm feeling. Then I felt, because I have been through the same challenges and then came out. I learned this lesson from this experience. Then only. First, every person, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your children, whether it's your colleague, they need their validation of the feeling. First is validation, acknowledgement, and then come with your solution to the problem. That's way you can develop and stretch out your empathetic muscles. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, if you have any question, I'm here.
Thank you to our speaker, Rashmi. Let's give her a big applause, everyone. Now, Rashmi, I have a
Yes.
few questions. I have two questions from the audience.
Okay.
The first one would be how to avoid being overthinking when you are in cognitive empathetic mode.
Cognitive empathetic mode.
Yeah,
Yes.
let me put in the chat as well.
Ha 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 ha. Sure. How to avoid being overthinking when you are in a cognitive empathetic. Cognitive empathetic is I can say cognitive empathetic people does not overthink because their thinking is totally based on the facts and the figures. They're logical thinkers. And logical thinkers are not overthinkers. That my understanding, my learning says. So if you are an overthinking person, it is always advisable, and I have practicing it. We are having a Bhavani here. Bhavani gifted me a very beautiful journal. Journaling is very, very crucial tool when you overthink, because I have been through the same phase. I used to think a lot, lots of thoughts, then practicing mindfulness, writing down your thoughts, and then observing the pattern you are going through. Then you will see you are not having the cloud of thoughts around you, but you are mindfully practicing having a right conversation, having a right thought of emotions, having a right choice of words, and doing the right things. So it needs a tool and practice. And for me, the personally worked was, yes, Bhavani is there, the journaling. And Bhavani was the first person who I get to know more about the journal and patterns. So journaling is very, very helpful tool for stop the overthinking. Then you will see when you are jotting it down, when you are panning it down, and after 1 week or 2 week, you will see your thought pattern is changing. You will have less chaotic thoughts. You will have less chaotic emotions. You will feel less burden and depressed. So this helps. This technique and tool helps a lot. Otherwise, that cognitive empathetic person, because their understanding is based on facts and logic, they do not overthink a lot about the scenarios. Another question, like?
Thank you, Rashmi. Yeah, sometimes we overthink because we are worried
Yes.
about are we doing the best for them? Are we giving expected result or not? I believe in when you're writing down, you know what you're heading to. The second one is okay. Is from a person. She said. She mentioned how to empathy. How to be empathy, as in the first place. I'm already judging the person is as that person was not respecting me in relating to me, despite of that person having a challenging time in business. But to me, that should not be excuse to treat me badly.
Okay. Can you repeat again? There are, I think, few scenarios into this.
Yeah, Rashmi, I will directly message you.
Sure.
Would be better. As a
Uh,
little privacy
how
for that question.
Okay,
On that
sure.
question.
How to be empathetic at the first place? I'm already judging him as he was not respecting me. Yes, actually, that is where I brought the setting up the healthy boundaries is very crucial for being an empathetic person. That cannot be excuse for I am not giving authority to anyone to treat me badly if they are having a bad time. At initial phase, when I'm having some encounters and I'm going through the real challenges the person is going through, uh, that one-to-one conversation, I will get familiar the challenges they are going through. But if again and again I'm behaving in an empathetic manner, but the again and again person is trying to push the boundaries and it is affecting my mental sanity, then have to practice the healthy boundaries in it. Set it, set it clearly, and it is like I would like to say, few years ago when I was not practicing empathy and the boundaries, when people used to share their stories, I immediately after the call, even on the phone call, I used to feel so drained and exhausted. That happens because my emotional regulation was not well. I was not able to emotionally regulating myself. So when you know how to regulate your emotions, how do you have someone you can express your feelings with? You practice the deep breathing processes, or you go for some walking and all that. You are de-stressing yourself, your ways to do it. I practice that, and then empowering the people with the right set of solution. That is where you can overcome the draining and the exertion you are getting from that situation. But there will be some people always there who will try to push it, who will be verbalizing the thing in a very harsh manner, who will be very toxic, who will be having the narcissistic personality disorder in their behavior, and they will use your empathy for granted. So you really need to come up upfront, have one-to-one talk, and set up the boundaries. I'm not here to entertain all the conversation. I'm not here to be the part of all the conflicts going on at the workplace because it is affecting my mental status. It is affecting me emotionally. So that is where I brought these 7 types of mental boundaries here. You really need to practice, and it does not come naturally. I'm telling you, it took me years and years to learn how to deal with that only one person in my life. you know it comes with practice, conscious choice, with using the right set of words, and no one is allowed to disrespect your individuality. you know so that's why in any relationship, even with your husband, even with your children, setting boundaries is very crucial. I have set up it took me 3 to 4 years to set up the healthy boundaries with my own children as well. Son, daughter, this is my time, this is mama's time, me time. you know I cannot be 24/7 available for them. So they are learning, they are respecting it, and they are nurturing their mind from the same pattern. It is okay to have boundaries for having a healthy relationship. It comes with a process, it comes with a practice, conscious choice. And never allow anyone to disrespect you, disrespect your individuality. Set up the boundaries. It is crucial.
Thank you, Rashmi. In between, when you're answering the second question, you are indirectly answering the third question that is coming from the audience as well. So I hope it have answers you from the person to
But
that.
I want to know the question actually live. What was the third question?
Okay. Actually,
Uh,
is in many situations when I am showing empathy, I'm being
uh,
taken advantage of.
I am
Uh, being taken advantage of my empathy.
Yes,
So
granted.
indirectly,
Peop-
you answer it.
Yes,
Uh,
especially for the empath people. People are very smart out there. If they see you are a very vulnerable person, you are a very giving person, they never know how to, they will always be in taking mode. They will be like an energy vampire. They will suck up your energy and have that brightness on their face. So please never allow these kind of person in your life. You are an empath. It is the beauty of your personality, but practicing boundaries will carry it forward. Otherwise, you will be drained, you will be exhausted, you will burn out.
Uh, so actually, it's best to practice what kind of boundary can we try to do in between one boundaries can be set first. It's a
Yes.
trial and error being setting it. is important because we're not sure, is it will work this way or not? It's best to try first. Is it 1 or 2?
Yes.
From the 7 boundaries shared by you, do try it.
Yes.
To give it a try.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
know which is best for you.
We are, there is like some people, they will always come to you and ask for money. Some people, they will always come and ask for your time. Some people always treat you like a, emotional dustbin, dumping. That is called emotional dumping. I am okay if someone is coming to me and venting out. Okay, I'm having that trust in the relationship. I'm okay if you're venting out. But if you're treating me as a dustbin and emotional dumping, and you are not having that fruitful conversation with me in which we are empowering each other, then sorry, I cannot entertain this talk next time. So that is how we need to practice. Yes, yes, toxic one. So that is how we need to practice that boundaries in different forms. 7 types of boundaries.
Thank you, Rashmi, for answering all the questions from the audience. And the club now would like to present you a certificate of appreciation for your time and sharing with us today. Now, let me share the screen first. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much, Rashmi. We are so blessed by your wisdom, your insightful sharing, and your generosity. So, Lai, if you can, please spotlight Rashmi and myself. We will take the first photo to acknowledge and appreciate certainly Rashmi.
Okay, I spotlighted you and Rashmi. Please, someone help me
Yes.
take the photo.
Take the photo.
Diana, are you able to?
Yes, please. Okay, big smile. Got it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one would be appreciation to the role players. So the spotlight first. Myself. Just spotlight. Sean, Sri Sin. Hey, Sri Sin. Sri Sin, are you able to turn on your video camera?
Yes.
And Sean.
Yes, I'm turning my camera soon.
Let me look. Okay. Oh, Sean is on. Okay.
He's not able to, so it's okay.
Okay, I already spotlighted all of us. I think Sean has not in the meeting, I think. Is it?
Okay, everybody ready?
Uh-uh.
Smile.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Open
Okay,
all
already.
the eyes. All the eyes are open.
Oh, let me see. Is it eyes open?
Amizi, make your baby show to the camera as well.
Okay.
Yes, now we take a good photo. Everybody. Yay.
Wow. She's always calm during a meeting.
I know we
Even
love her.
my wife is so surprised.
Yeah.
Diana, is this photo taken? We
Yeah.
will take the good photo later. Is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll remove all those spotlight. Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. Please, we will take a group photo now. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Give a smile. Okay, taken. Another one. Get ready for another pose. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. So now the session will hand back to our Madam President, Distinguished Toastmaster Patricia Yap.
Thank you so much. I really want to thank our FAQ Master Lai, and of course our Toastmaster of the day, Deanna, for not only helping us to run the show, but more so also as our acting photographer. The person that I really want to acknowledge, I'd like to invite all of you to on your screen if you can, and also unmute yourself. Certainly it's Rashmi. Rashmi Raghav, is so amazing to have you sharing your very generous knowledge. In fact, Rashmi's content is a paid content. I want to share with you. It's a paid content where people actually need to buy, to pay money to get this type of content. And that's why I want to acknowledge Rashmi's generosity. So with this, please unmute yourself and you know what to do. Thank you, Rashmi.
Thank
Everyone?
you.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Rashmi.
Rashmi.
I'm ready for Ask Me Anything session. I'm looking forward to it. What you people are going to ask me?
Yes, so we are gonna pass the session now to Swee Sin because I know we have a lot of questions. And also want to acknowledge Betsy who just tuned in regardless of her busyness.
Yeah, hi Betty.
Yeah. Thank you, Betsy.
Hi, Rashmi. I was really working all through and I totally forgot 12:30 until now.
No
I'm
worries.
so sorry. I missed the entire good session.
Yes, yes. But before that, I also want to acknowledge all of you for being here. And I'm going to adjourn the meeting before we move to ask Rashmi anything because that is going to be from 1:30 to 1:45. And first off, I want to thank all of you for always showing a passion in self-growth. I do believe 2025 has so much for us, and this is only January. And that's why we are able to very fortunately have Rashmi here. With empathy as the game changer, I believe there's so much you can accomplish. But more so, as Rashmi has mentioned, it's a journey, it's a practice. And it's really making that conscious choice that we are able to change ourselves. All change occur with ourselves first. And I've seen transformation not only in myself, but also in members who are willing to embark on a change, which is going to start with stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's why you're here. I encourage you to reflect on your own journey, look deep inside it because we have a small crowd. So you can really ask deep and some dark questions if you feel comfortable. So with this, our meeting, The Power of Empathy, is officially adjourned. And with this, please stay back. Our recording would be ended now, so you can really ask anything, okay? It won't be unrecorded anyways. It won't be recorded. So with this, let's give Rashmi another solid 5-second round of applause. Unmute yourself, make that conscious noise so that we want to acknowledge her generosity, wisdom, and more so her practice on empathy. She's a live example. Everyone can learn that. All right, so unmute yourself and give Rashmi a solid 5-second round of applause. Yes.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
4, 5.
Yay.
I love the way baby is clapping.
2,
Thanks, Papa.
1. Clap. I know some of us are in the office, so may not be able to. But other than that, great. Our meeting is officially adjourned, and I now pass the session to Swee.
Swee Sin, are you
Yes, I can hear you now. I just lost the connection. Okay, thank you